has been a trippy day. How is the vibes? I'm sending out what I can. I'm in the subterranean of Tejas, and uh, there's a lot going on with quantum energy today. As we're coming out and living through literally like a takeover of the human mind, and I can prove it because it's astronomy. And when you understand coHUE 32, what you're understanding is this wheel. And this wheel is, like I said, it's a dome above and a dome below. You can't think of it as flat. When we look at it like this, it really does mess with our perception, because and if and I don't know, let me see what magic I have here. Let me see. I don't know if I can change colors. Well, we don't want that. Because if I could change this, well, even let's look at it like that. Let's look at it like that. So what is happening right now is, look at this. Now, if you've seen my chart, you would know why I was made for this. Because my chart has 6 of these planets, just like this, pulling a gun to where? To right there. To that Chiron right there. In fact, my AC is at 13 and my Chiron is at 15, and not hitting this loop right here to correct this DNA pattern that was always the skull and bones pattern, because this is 0 degrees Aries. So what happens when this wheel, because see how I'm mirroring? See this is perfect. Thank you for see how this is mirroring. Well, look, Pisces, this is what Pisces sees. Pisces sees this. Whoa. My hand is as big as the world. Whoa, wait a minute. Stop. Wait, there's 2 of me. Wait. Wait. Are you real? Or see? Okay, because this is one big black mirror. Because it is when you're coming through space, all right? But this 0 to 3 degrees right here, when Pisces, because all this lines up, and this Neptune retrograde is on the Galactic Space Station. Now, it used to be called Zeta Reticuli, and this used to be also called your great aliens. And no. What it really was an interception between air and water, and it was a space gate that was connected to the Giza Plateau. See, because this is where Mars is coming. This is why this is a big deal, because Mars is fixing to land on Bellatrix. Well, that's my Saturn. That's Orion. That's 2nd generation star. Not no Beltige's 1st gen Masonic 33 black magic woo. No. We're Bellatrixians. We're told that we're the hidden ones that y'all didn't know about, that made the White Wizard white in the high world, and then put everybody else in a Justin Timberlake time warp down here. Because Bellatrix is the key. Why? Because it operates barter systems for all O bloodline, and it writes how the barter system is done in the realm. But it's not controlled from Gemini. No. Whenever that energy comes down here from Sagittarius, boom, that's where it spits off into Gemini. Here's where you got MJ12 and how many Jasons walking around, and Jessicas, and we know because we had to infiltrate the system. Everybody, Your lead Jessica's on my crew now. I don't know who y'all are operating with. If they're still making you run and do deals and put in money, or they're asking you for money right now, you better come talk to us first. I don't care if you think that they're your twin, this or that, because I'm telling you, they're trying to reset this whole thing on the starseeds right now. They're trying to get a whole new group of y'all to start sending them money and this and this and that. I'm just warning you, because they're doing it to me, and like, I'm like, are you freaking crazy? Now, here's what's going on, though. Let me get this out of here. Let me get this. I think that's back to normal. Let me see if I can brighten up for y'all. Because this is huge what's happening right here. And everybody needs to be aware, because we got a pile up in Virgo. Aisle 76. Aisle 76. We have a pile up. Why? Because everybody's acting like they're trying to be somebody they're not. I literally had to have a conversation today with this asshole that told me that I steal in my own company. Well, there I am. This is at Reliance Stadium, the auditorium that they sent me tonight. The Texas Aggies beat them. Arkansas used magic on the game. We called fair play. Arkansas missed the kick at the end because their magic got undone. But then again, somebody was trying to tell me that I wasn't the owner of my own company that they stole whenever I was all these things. They're trying to tell me that I'm not. So I can't even imagine what they're doing to y'all. Literally. But we's ready for it. We's ready for it. And so, here's some numbers that are going on right now. Now, this is really cool, because I haven't looked at the chart like this, and I'm in a place where I could print it, and I could kind of take a look at the physics, right? And so I know I'm back here in Texas. This is where the space. I mean, everything SpaceX, everything connects in the area that you were the last years. The best way to think of this is whenever you're living through it. Okay, the best way to think of this is, you need to go back, and this is what all the series of teachings that we have, and the coloring books, and the notebooks, and the planning sessions, and what we're putting together over here right now. We're just getting these hustles together so we can get the money in. We know how people now want to see it. We're going to use it with the football games. We just did it tonight. It actually makes everything fair. It's the 13th man. We're going to explain it. It's going to be fun. And then everyone will start understanding a little bit more about how this works. And we've had to learn how to do this. You know, you see me in and out of situations because I have to jump in for the collective. Period. Dot. I had to. No one else can do and wield this. Why? Because I'm associated with the pyramids and Tut's mother and the DNA. And from every angle of the 4 royal lines, whether you want to go in from a lab, or whether you want to go in from being mummified, or you want to go in from being hijacked, or if you want to be a dragon, whatever the hell balls you want to call it down here in this realm, I have personally walked through it in this realm, and I have the documentation, and y'all walked with me because I'm the astronomist that's leading us through this. It's why I was here. If there wasn't somebody that had the consciousness within the stars to be able to connect when everything blew up, because everything did blow up, and it blew all the way out to Alpha Draconic Notice 2. Well, Alpha Draconic Notice 2 is massive. It's massive. It's massive. It goes way past your Giza. It's Alpha Draconic Notice 2. Osiris points to Alpha Drac and to Thuban. Thuban's the black hole. Osiris Pyramid has 2 chambers. Osiris Pyramid goes to the 15th dimension. The 15th dimension's the ones that hold your matrix technology, satellite grid, what was the basis of your Buddha reality. Isis chamber was supposed to go to Sirius and to Alpha Drac, but they just decided to open up a chamber to what? Pisces, 22 degrees Zeta Reticuli. Isis chamber was on your 13th. That's your body. That's all the bones that are buried in the ground ever since, I don't care when the hell balls, we were in one bubble with a lot of ash. And if it was in this bubble, whenever it went down for any reason, it is attached to your DNA if you have energy in that area. So if you happen to have DNA from 0 to 3 degrees, then I don't know. We're finding out what it is that was missing. But dinosaurs and reptiles are mixed in with it, for sure, because that was the interception that was happening from the space station down to Aries 9 degrees was a bunch of infiltration into the DNA of a being down here in this bubble. And having sent this bubble back and this wheel back to Aries in the first house was a whole infiltration to begin with. Aries was in the 5th house when Leo was in the 1st house. Well, we went backwards. We won't do it again. Those of us were hidden here to make sure that we had the right DNA sequences and then walk the Venus transits. This is why everything, every religion ever was. It's why everybody's doing everything, whatever. The Bible is an astronomy book. Your Spica is your Virgo. It is your wheat. It is your prophetic gift. It's what we're teaching you how to utilize. But you get your butt beat if you do it out of a karmic cycle. It don't matter who you are. You have to learn how to utilize your energy and to gain power and to do whatever you and to create new energy, to create your corporations, to create your love life. You have to create you have to create it all. It's not going to be fed to you anymore. This is what this pileup is about. Because there's a bunch of people that tried to be something that they're not, and then they don't know how to operate it, and now there's a pileup out there in space. Mercury went backwards like, hey, we don't even need Mercury anymore. It's gone. We really don't need the planets anymore. But Mercury is just something that controls your minds and thoughts, and no, we don't need it anymore. It's a static charge, literally. But check this out. 202. So that actually equals a quantum 4, because 2 goes in there in here, and 2 goes in here. So then you have 4. Well, we have an anchor. Look at that. On Uranus retrograde right now at 18 degrees and 31 minutes of Taurus. In the 1st house. I mean, y'all, this is significant what's going on right now. I just did the physics and the math, so I'm actually going over it with you. But I'm jumping back and forth because this is a Cleo gate. Now, this is the Ottoman Empire. It's over Texas. It's on Bush. Even the Bushes were stole from this douchebag. I was helping lock him down tonight. All the energy right here from the entire collective was basically jetted up and made a Pleiadian holding gate right here that controlled the birthing canal of the whole planet. Literally. At 12 degrees, right, I think we decided, because see, Taurus is what got all messed up from 12 degrees to 16 degrees. Why? Because of Scorpio 12 to 16 degrees. See, these degrees right here are being corrected on a mass level right now from like a recount of all the royal DNA, because those of us who actually did our job and put this back together and healed everybody, okay, we're the ones who proved and are holding this gate. We're like, nope, you ain't, what are you doing here? Wait, Neptune calls bullshit. Who are you, and show me your badge? Who are you, and show me your badge? 512 on Austin right now. That's a 512 area code on Austin. Wait, stop. Who are you? Show me your badge. And that's per justice right here of Alpha Draconic Notice 1. Now let's talk about that. Because I just told you Alpha Drac Notice 2. Now, if you have those degrees, that's 12 to 16 degrees of Aries. And you're more from the future. You're more in, like, you understand what I'm telling you right now about future body types. You have a thoroughbred body. Your body, the doctors are always like, yo, that never happens. you like, technology bothers you, but not really. It's more like you just know you need to master it, so it fucking fucks with your head because you know you should be able to master it, okay? That's Alpha Draconic Notice 2, all right? We're the number 44 body types. That's what everyone's coming to now. We've been here planted this whole time dealing with this all crazy shit, and we think it's nuts that we're still having to do it, okay? That's the consciousness of 12 to 16 degrees, Alpha Draconic Notice 2, Aries 12 to 16. Why? Because you have all the bone DNA of the reptile and the dinosaur and da-da-da-da-da, and you already know that, so it's like you don't even understand what the problem is. But the problem was, why couldn't you connect to everybody else? Well, that's because that 0 to 3 degrees and some Elon Musks and some X and Y's and some binary code bullshit that, guess what? We just blew wide open with these 55s. Let me show you. I'm going to come back to this Venus lineup. Now, real quick, we just talked about Alpha Draconic Notice 2. Oh, I'm sorry, I want to read that, but I want to keep on the chain, so I'm going to read it afterwards. But keep talking to me, and I'll come back on and start reading comments if y'all will start. I'm trying to get channels open I want to hear from you guys. It's the most important thing to me, really. That's why YouTube drives me nuts balls, because I don't get to hear from you, right? And I know my voice also, like, sometimes just mesmerizes and hypnotizes, so I don't want that. I want to hear from you guys, and the more input that you put in here, believe it or not, I'm getting all of it. Like, I don't even have to read it. Just ask the question, and I bet I say it. Just type it in there. And give me thumbs up too. Just give me thumbs up so we can get, I mean, look at this, 2468. 2468. Like, this is a 911, 711, 3111, like, cosmic planetary. Yo, everybody pile up on Galactic Command 2468. The sun right now is just landed inside the Alpha Draconic Notice 1 degree template. Now, that is the 33 Masonic bone template. So when I talk about being an AB net, and I talk about being from a president monarch breeding program, and I talk about monarchs and what we've learned now about how they were using the collective's energy in order to make them, and how celebrities were, you know, being made, and they were cooking entire lines of us in order to make them. That is what I'm talking about. Now, Alpha Draconic Notice 1 is not bad. If you have this degree, that's good. My Mars and Pluto are right there. My Mars and Pluto are right here. That's why I have Mars there, because I have all the Akashic libraries of bone templates, DNA. Why? Because I am in a mummy in Giza. If you had a mummy, or you are attached to a mummy, or you are a mummified line that was attached to a race, if you know that you're somewhere in Egypt, if you can't quite explain it, but you have the consciousness of it, if you have a lot of Libra in your chart, no matter if it's from the beginning degrees of Libra or the big degrees of Libra, then you understand this. And it's like we're walking through these little pillars back and forth through this machine, through reincarnation, and we're all stuck in this crazy Libra gate, right? Well, this bone template, see how it worked out there is basically, because you have to remember, like, remember what I said, this is astronomy, this is not astrology. And Isis, and what you'd call Isis, and what you'd call that energy, all that means is that it can flip. Isis can flip. It can flip to Siri. It can flip to Iris. There you go. That's where Iris came from. I can tell you how we did it. We had to flip Siri. Everything about Isis is about the base root of advanced physics and codes. It is not just something that you can play with. Now, see, this is why we've got this galactic command right here and some Magog issues, because they were throwing out codes that they did not know what it is that they were doing when they were throwing out DNA codes and building technology on them. You can't build a car racing thing up and down a dragon's back. Are you fucking insane? See, they forgot how the human body was made. Now, if you have a lot of Libra and you didn't know that that's what she's doing, she's balancing out literally the human form down here, because I mean, gosh, I've got drawings over drawings of the drawing. I mean, I can prove to you. I mean, Arcturus sets the body template, and then it from way up here, because up here at the top of Libra is Izar. And this is even Excalibur's sword. Boom. It was keeping Libra out. Come on. This Alpha Draconic Notice 1 template was like a bone template, almost like a projector, okay? So it's like the energy of the planet starts, because we all start marching as ants. And this is even how, you know, the months matter, because we're building up to October. This is the big mamma jamma. This is beware the Ides of March. It's about to happen, but it ain't in March. March is when it happened, and then we had to take June and July from them, because all the collective energy now came to the collective for June and July, not the powers that held this 33 gate and was walking Illuminati and trying to make football games and doing magic on everybody, and they just attempted to do it all over again. But it's, I mean, whatever. But that is what it is. And Venus that knows all about it. We know all about it. Yo, wait up. Let me tell you about this now that we know what we know. Sun, with every sign in every house in Aquarius, is my dominant signature. Girl, I know, right? This bubble, the Earth is a trip. That's why we're better off, like, where are we? Because we are not on Earth. We are not in somebody's heart, pulling a string. That's what I'm screaming. So right now, understand what I'm telling you. The human race is being freaking rewritten right now. You're either on board or you're not. If you think that somebody did something to you, especially if you're coming after us and throwing black magic on us, you's in space. You just got floated. And I'm not joking. 2468, who do we appreciate? We no longer control this. This is blown wide open because we have reset the bone template from way over here. It ain't going through like this no more. It's flushing through the whole thing, and it's coiling up because everybody got to get out of this wheel or not. Libra was able to pull this up and twist it off, and then now everything reset. Everybody's trying to take us back to 2012. Now people telling me I didn't even do that. I've been erased off the internet. We've been blacklisted. This is why we're all those little black lines that Trump had. Oh, well, snowflake. I mean, again, we can. There's many of us, but there I am. I can show you a poster of me too. I mean, whatever. But that is what happened. Now look. Whenever you have 831 or you see 111 that pops up in your reality, if you have any, 291 for instance, 111, know that you're on plan and on mission. This saves my ass every time. This saves my ass every time, because I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. Because we find out stuff in the moment of who done it, and trust, it shocks the living shit out of us every time. And it breaks our heart every single time. And it's always somebody that emotionally was tied to us, that we do not want to have to see it. We do not want to have to say it. But my God, we got to. And then in those moments, I'll look and see a 111, and I'm like, praise, okay, thank God, I'm on plan at least. But fucking A, get the knife out of my back. You know what I mean? Like, but when you see 111, that's it. Well, that's Uranus retrograde. So this shit's changing. It's locking down. I personally opened up that CLEO gate. I personally did. When I proved who I was before you locked me back down in some bullshit that everyone's about to get a China rocket fusion from or blowing us out of. And you're not going to make me forget what happened with the antimatter. Nobody's going to ever make me forget what the fuck happened in Anaheim. You better bet your ass, because we're still walking it with the Delta. Now we got a Delta issue? That's funny. Delta is where I saved all the children's souls from Disney and lifted them out of this hellhole. And what I saw whenever I did it, it must be completing right now. You better bet your ass we came back through that gate and we had to prepare in order to freeze them out, because they's on our tail. And it's nuts that I'm even having to say this, man. Realize, like, I was blamed for being a human rocket. Biden called me a rocket, full on knowing that he used my site, my body, in order to call in a military compound. And then instead of saying that, oh, well, hey, this tribe came down here and, oh, they's the Puritans from way back when, and you know, they got lost in the system, but they're here to help now. Instead of even coming out and say that, you want to make us into missiles, and you want to blow us out into space, whenever we're your only clean DNA source down here that just cleaned all of your shit because you let a sorcerer deal with us. Not to mention the mafia, everybody else that was paid to come find us. They found us a long time ago. Are y'all ignorant? Like every single mafia takeover, cartel takeover, from Escobar to whatever, has all been because of the Confederate Army and the seeds that they had hidden down here. And they wouldn't even let us out of the South to go to the North. You know why? When we go up there, it makes it snow and we topple your shit. You know why? It's built off the little girls hiding and being held captive by the mafia and the cartel to take control of y'all and make drugs, so that they can come tell you that it's a war on drugs whenever they know that they're the ones trying to make little girls make drugs. Literally. And we're not even making drugs. We're walking through alchemy process of cosmic lineups, and tar, whenever you put the right intention to blow it up, turns into a powder, lo and behold. But goddamn. Then I get blamed for being a drug dealer? Like, it's the most insane bullshit I've ever seen in my life, and it stops now. Everybody's got eyes on everything that you see. There's eyes. If you have a screen in your house, there's eyes everywhere. There's nothing you can hide. The only thing you can do is claim back your energy, claim back the land that you're on, claim back who you are in every aspect, and then put up boundaries. And trust they work. You're talking to the one who came and the crew that's been here setting up the boundaries that even allow you to come into our bubble to get some information at this point. You will treat us with respect. You will listen to what we have to say. If you don't want to, then you can go float yourself. Because that is what it took for us to be able to understand how to deal with you. And don't think that we didn't walk through every bit of it. And if you have power and control that you shouldn't, because you make stupid mistakes that float people like us, because you just don't want to deal with us, to where we have to come and jump back into your planet and do it all over again, which we did. So don't think that we wouldn't have another way to do it. But now what you've done is blown it all the way out to Alpha Draconic Notice 2, because you didn't want to deal with us. So now we're taking over everything, and it is what it is, and it's the best plan anyway. But it is wise here. And this is the truth. And if you read the Bible, and if you ever had any Christian bone in your body, then you know that what I'm saying is the truth. And you definitely wouldn't be using a Texas court of law in order to wield what I'm giving the world here, as everyone's kicking my ass, and my ex-husband, who isn't doing shit but firing missiles at me and trying to make me lose my son, while I'm assisting the world selfishly. But then again, what's new? $55 degrees, 0110, 020. There's 10000. That's a 3 count on a 0 with Mars. At 18 and 5 degrees like this, when I pulled this in, so right now we're going into Bellatrix. So I'm just letting everybody know. And Betelgeuse already went supernova. And so Bellatrix used to only take up from 22, really the orb is 20 to 24 degrees Gemini. So y'all can write that down. 20 to 24 degrees Gemini, that's Bellatrix. Bellatrix is a second generation star. All Orion stars in this lower realm are what dictate what you call a tree, what you call a money, what you call anything like that. Because we all exist together, we have to have a program to understand it. Orion hooks into the O bloodline, since all y'alls were hybridized in order to be put into their commission, into their Orion system, which was your Betelgeuse. This is why it went supernova. It's supposed to go supernova way long time ago, but they had everybody sleep down here. And it just kept on going over and over. Well, your Bellatrixians are the one who were jumping back and forth through space from Betelgeuse, back and forth into Ra, because Ra comes right before this. So you have 2 sets of Bellatrixians. You have the Bellatrixians that come from the Betelgeuse side, and they're going to have more of a Cancerian version to things. And then they got to Betelgeuse, and it like trapped them. And then you're going to have ones that jump back and forth. A lot of the beings from the future that are like Antarian and Pleiadian, they have this magic 25 degrees of Gemini. 25 degrees of Gemini is right in between Bellatrix and Betelgeuse. And it was the only area that was clear space. So those of us that when I talk about being from the Shah, or if you really know that you are like immortal, then 25 degrees would kind of like be your landing post, because that's been your channel. You've been running back and forth between Betelgeuse to Bellatrix to get to Ra at some point, because it was getting projected from Sag, right? So with Mars going in right there, and so realize too that this is true democracy, because this is how it works. Everybody on the planet, we're putting in how do we want to do currency, and this is why too today a lot of this was about Bitcoin. But digital currency, the whole thing was they tricked me. They tricked me to drop the bit. They did. I didn't know I could do it. I did it. It was also linked to John Benet Ramsey and Joseph and all that time traveler shit. See, Bellatrix, Betelgeuse, those degrees right there. Why? Because it's 21 to 25 degrees of Sagittarius, and that's your Ophiuchus 1. That's your Giza Plateau. That's Easter Island. That's every major monolith that's on what you would call Earth, and how it connects into one big battery system, and Stonehenge, all of it, that connects into the cosmos and then feeds the energetic source, because there's a rebirthing stage that always has to happen here that everyone forgot about, which is why ancients like me had to wakey bakey. But this is also why you didn't want me to wake up all the way. And this is what I've been warning everybody, and everyone wants to just say that I'm crazy or this and that. Everything's happening that I say is going to happen. Everything. All we've been trying to do is warn everybody, and that's every single one of my crew and every single one that had to go back to sleep. We stand for all them too. Because we ain't going to let them go down. We know what healing they put in. But we know that we wouldn't be here without them. You ain't going to make us forget. There ain't no way. We hold all your treasure. If you want any of it to come over here, then you best show up at a door and knock. This is breaking down binary too. What's significant about this is that we got it going on here in Jupiter as well. So when I pulled it, we had Jupiter retrograde on 355. Well, this is the binary bot people. They're going to short circuit. You're on a neural net. You best go get it pulled out of your head right now, and you better pray. Whenever I rework the body, let me tell you, if you want to go back to those videos that got pulled into court to say I was evil or whatever the hell, no. That was me telling the world, you got one little baby connection that is in your vein of your eye that is going to trick you in every way to try to make you go backwards. And if you do, you are done for a minute. And that is exactly what the fuck happened. That is exactly what happened. And I can explain to you in your brain how the hell it was possible for even the most ancient on the planet. Because it was one little fucking vein in your brain that if you weren't trained to the details and you didn't remember every little bit, it's going to trick you into some 3D bullshit. And it did. That's why we're over here tripping out going, oh my God, are we in the Twilight Zone? Probably. It's probably where the show came from. And I'm not joking. The 70s came next. Your medieval times came next. This ain't our first rodeo with the universal takeover, if you haven't figured that out yet. We've kind of lived through every single one throughout your history in order to get back here and set it straight. And nor will you fucking blame us for any of it ever again. We took it on for y'all. We took it on to clear it for you. And then you lock us back down. And then we find out that the masters that came here before the masters actually are the ones who did it because they wanted to control Earth a little longer. Oh, shitballs. Now you just talked about a whole star command in infiltration. And we've got Earth infiltration. And we've got AI infiltration. I'm sick of dealing with it. Fuck it. Flush all of it. Reset. If you ain't part of the pure, you ain't here. We're done messing with it. Nobody wanted to show up and talk to us. We're over here carving your space up. Y'all are going, look, a black hole. Throw a microwave at it. Y'all are stupid. You won't listen. You won't give us our titles. You want to pretend that you started bit. Okay, where is it? Nobody's got any money. Everybody's dying. Sure. We only built it and I only turned myself into sugar and pussy so that we could fucking give you dollar bills so y'all wouldn't kill each other like monkeys. Now you're killing each other over fingers and toenails. Like, whatever, man. We've already cleared all your DNA lines. We've already cleared everything. Y'all want to keep acting like this? You want to pull karma on yourself? Be our guest. You're just going lower in a fucking physics. And I'm making sure of it right now with the 2468 because we don't appreciate. And it's time to vacate. Chiron at 1442, that breaks down to 182. And this is really simple physics, okay? Because what is 8 plus 2? It's 10. Now, if this was 28, this would be 01. Because the 1 on the 10 is going to go where the biggest is. So since this is 10, the 1 goes there, it goes here. If this is 128, this would be 101. 101 is original seed numbers. So when you, and 28 is a reset. So whenever you see a reset in your matrix codes or you see 28, write this down. You see 28 anywhere in your surroundings, on a license plate, whatever is jumping out at you, no, whatever you just passed is now being reset. Okay? Now 201, this breaks down to 20. So what was significant is that this is 20, and then we break down 1402 with the true node, which gives us 502, which gives us 70, right? We've got 502 here. Well, up here we've got 5, and here we've got 2. So we've got 5 and 2 that's feeding back into this 502. And then I just noticed a while ago that this is 512, and that's 512, and that's Austin, AU. And most of the money energy, that's why I'm sitting here in Texas. Are you kidding me? The vaults were here. I stopped them from getting into the major vaults. Although it's one called the Prosperity Bank to open this bitch wide up, and I think that's where about we're going to go, since nobody wants to come to tow and talk about Yvonne and what all went down in Anaheim, even though the antimatter can be blamed for one who shows up and isn't looking for fame. The heart of the matters that this nation is shattered. Do's, don'ts, hypocrite smoke, piled up in layers, trapped in elevators with eyes you can't perceive, till you follow your destiny. Angels, dragons, what the hell does it matter? Why can't we see? Are we so filled with the disease, have to be brought to our knees, screaming, God, oh, why? 'Cause we know alligators can't fly. So this locks down this true node right here at 14 degrees. Well, 12 to 16 degrees Scorpio, that's where they do all their fucking big magic spells. Biden's got energy on it. Go pull up any of your go pull up any of your presidents. Go pull them up. See if they've got energy. 12 to 16 degrees Scorpio. They've made in a big collective spell. That's the skull and bone spell that they just did for the past 3 or 4 years on us here. Except this time they didn't get the white witches that they needed to hold it to the collective. We stayed conscious the whole time. The whole time. The entire time we were conscious as they were doing it to us. So we could do this. So let's go back, because the sun is giving me a beat of 4. And it's 2020. And in a lot of ways, that is what we're kind of gone back to. Now, the thing is, 2020 was changed. So your 2020 is not going to be the same as your last 2020. Why? Because we changed the future, literally. And 2020 was actually fed to you in 2002. So in a lot of ways, what we're really changing is 2002. 2002 is what is changing your now kind of 2020 to 2021. Because 2021 is your 2003, okay? And in a lot of ways, this new realm, October, November, December, it starts with a cycle, and we're fixing to find out, because we're not really sure when it jumps down. We're going to have to see, because the calendar was messed with so much with the actual cycles, and we've had to plow through the Jude bullshit from June and July, because all of it is just harnessing collective energy up here and keeping it away from all of y'all. That's what it was. Now it's going to dump on you. To a lot of us, it feels like, oh shit, we're under attack. No, it's just our own energy that's dumping on us. We have to remember how to wield it. That's it. That's it. Mercury's on a 2 count. Venus is on a 6 count. And the moon, right when I pulled it, was on an 8 count. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's igniting all this Venus gate. Kachango, like a Jacob's ladder. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Literally. So, like I said, the dark forces, or whatever you want to call those beings that lived and breeded in that dense layer, no matter it, their perception was there was space all around them. No, there was light all around you. We just made a little black space to put you in. So you thought that. We've been watching you this whole time. We've been telling you. How can we not? How can we not? This is the mirror tech that y'all used on us. It's like, this is what's so crazy. Like, why are they so surprised that we could pull this off? We only used what you used. Is this a big alien hand? Oh, the aliens are coming for you. No. Like, we used what you used. That's what's so funny about it. It really is. And then the other thing that they're trying to say now is that I'm a witch. Really? So that means you are. See, because let me make sure that everyone understands this. I'm an energetic being. I always have been an energetic being. And AB negative means that you're at a golden mean ratio that vibrates much higher than anybody else, no matter how you're made to be that way or not. I do not carry disease. We were made to have disease here. We were even processed and all pharmaceuticals fed to us so that they could get you hooked on them in the 70s. That's how they've been utilizing us from the get, especially us adopted ones that had the headaches and all the problems for being in your low density planet dealing with your low dense crap. But that's why we were here, and we agreed to do it for a while. But then it just got set on repeat because some monkeys decide that they don't want to have to deal with us, or we're too powerful, or this and this and that. And then they want to keep giving you pharmaceuticals, and they don't want to lose their insurance money from Amun Ra. And then they want you to sell off everything to get your futures on a house that you've already built, because you think then when it burns down, it's this and that. But they're burning it down on purpose and controlling you through your ovens and everything else to make it happen. And the only people that are really wanting to keep this going right now are any people that are in the insurance play. So that's medical, auto, and flooding your houses. But if they would work with us, there wouldn't be any need for that. But they'd rather you flood your houses, lose everything, and we're done with it. I went raw. I think everyone, like, I was literally sent to be your reaper girl. I had to clean all your sexual energy. That's why all of us angels have been raped so many times. We cleaned your lines from your sexual energy of everything that was going to come next, because Epstein rewrote some bullshit on y'all, and the whole thing got taken over, and it killed everything in the future. The heart of every woman died. Your planet died. Because this was being allowed to go on, and for women to be treated like we're nothing better than a hole to stick your dick in. And that when we give birth for you, and we give legacies to you, then you think that you can just so easily erase a mother? But yet none of us know even how it feels to have a mother or a parent that are in my squad, because we sold off so many times for our powers and our gifts. We all lived in hostage. In fact, most of us are still trying to get out, which is why this brand will go off, and coHUE 32 is what it is. But then again, you've been using it since the 70s. It's why you had us looking at mauve blue and mauve pink, because you wanted to go to Sirius. This is astronomy. This is advanced physics. You're in a bubble. The only spiritual voodoo down here is what the people were making down here, and then throwing to beings like me to clear. And then whenever I clear it and you come face to face with it, you call me evil. Well, the thing is, that's your shit. So whatever you call me, that's actually you. Now I know that for a fact because I'm the one who downloaded this whole system on how to clean your soul, and the ancestors and Einstein and Tesla, that's who my ancestors are. They're the ones who taught me all this, but then again, I did claim your queen a long time ago. And they're even admitting that 4 years, how long was she under? Now there's a whole bunch of cloning and all types of stuff that's going on down here. Texas A&M, I will say this about you because this is confirmed tonight with even the game and how it turned out, and I was reminded that Texas A&M did not sell my DNA. They didn't, to Clonate in Las Vegas. You can go look this up. I walked it. Texas A&M did have DNA that was associated to all of this in a secret space program, and all those of us who were linked into the mummies and your true Queen's Chambers and the remnant Mormons that kept the records of who actually everybody is down here, because we are all walking around you. Everybody's trying to be us, but you can feel it when you find us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. And you better bet we're protected as hell. There ain't no way anybody can come in our energy that's going to do anybody harm at this point, because we've claimed everything. And that's what we're attempting to teach you. Which is why they keep locking y'all down. I'm sorry, I'm like getting a pause here. It's good news. It is a trip because we've got this trine going. It's not even a trine, it's a kite, and I'm not an astrologist. So see, I don't get into the angles because I see this thing as a whole different deal, man. I start seeing the angles and I start going, ah! Dodge, duck, roll. It's a earth kite. I mean, it's literally Venus. It's all of us who know the truth and can tell and have the backup tapes right here from basically Galactic Command and this space station and all the beings that shouldn't be here. Any being that was cooked in somebody, any being that took over your body, fucking any of that shit, that is being highlighted right now, literally. And these are all backing up to make sure that nothing gets into this dimension. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. 2610, that's on Lyra 3. See, that's changelings. This is, if you have Lyra 3 energy, but this is what everyone's becoming. You've got a little bit of wolf in you, you've got a little bit of vampire in you, you've got a little bit of witch in you, you've got a little bit of tech in you, you've got a little bit of Siri in you, you've got a little bit of Alexa. Get used to it. Using the melting pot of the universal world when it blew up. Thank God you had a ticket. If you don't want your body, then go worship Buddha. Go sign up for Soros. That's what you're doing. Go sign up for Soros. Now, if you've been in Buddha, then go Waysack. Realize you need a Christ body. I mean, shit, I had to walk both of them. Freaking amazed whenever I activated everything. Buddha, don't get lost in your Buddha mind construct, because that's what's going to fuck you up. And Mr. Joseph just did it again. They'll never learn until they learn. They have to learn. They have to learn what it took to do this. They have to learn how much it took to make this gate, to do this right here, because they think they can just go, straight to Andromeda, because there it is right there. But I did hold everything in hyperspace. You better bet your ass I did. Where's my son? I was right to do it. Thing is, I know he's over here, and I know that his goes further out than that, and I know that him and I are working together. Look at this angle. Boom, boom. Coming from Mars right here. It's going to jet right there. Sagittarius. Literally. If we think of all of these red lines as rubber bands, right? And if this, and this is like huge space. This is like huge space, right? And then let me see if I can do this. This is gonna be tricky because I need my other hand. Maybe I'm hoping y'all can see me. So if Libra is right here, then realize because this goes like this. This goes like this. I hope y'all can see this. This goes like this. Libra holds this bubble and this bubble. And from the bottom of Libra, this is a whole little, this is your hourglass. Boom, boom now. This is going to go. See, that's a rubber band, that's a rubber band. This is going, But this one right here, this is Saturn. See, Saturn's saying, wait, Bellatrixie, what you think? And we're going back here to the timelines. We're going, was it magic or was it real? Do we want that character or do we need to exit him out because he's not playing ball? Let's see, who else do we have that can jump in? This person seems like they've got it together. Replace him. Oh shit, you just fell down. Well, now you're in galactic command. You just got floated. Who's next? Step up to the Ma'at. Let's see. Are you who you say you are? You stole all of our energy. Why are you here? Oh, you're our friend? Great. Come on in. We love you. Elevate them. Bring them into our tribe. Next. Wait, you're a Dashid. What are you doing here? Did you bring the love that you stole from me? Did you bring my wedding back? Did you bring all the unions that you stole through witchery and vampirism that you did on top of Paris? Nope, you didn't. So back to one for you. You can stay in space. You can pretend to be for the Orion people that don't get it in the low bubble. There's your queen. Don't worry, she'll show you how to sit in a Facebook pyramid, but she got her butt implants taken out because she didn't want to turn into a midget. But that's what they do. They'll turn into a midget. Just like a giraffe, it just goes the other way. That's fine. You shouldn't play with Bella, right? Or the moon. I don't know, the moon. You shouldn't play with the moon. You shouldn't make Ra a moon to where you throw all the bullshit on it and then call it dad and then expect God or whatever to come clean your shit. And then when Source sends beings like us, this is what you do to us. Seriously. So anyway, this is what's up tonight with the astronomy. And understand there are seeds here, and each of you have degrees of this. And when we look at coHUE 32, we're only looking at the star rays. We're looking at your Da Vinci. And then you start clearing up to it, and then you get that energy. That's what gives you the padding to keep all the bull crap out. You feel it from this far away. It can't penetrate you in the matrix. You cannot get hit by a bullet. You cannot arrest anybody that has not done anything wrong. You can't. Y'all know it. You're in our wheel. This wheel was set up to put you back together. You jumped in it and agreed. Whenever we all signed up to put you back together, y'all decided to wage war. Against what? We have no idea. Because we're just your ancient ones inside of a bubble that you've been calling down here, and you sent rays out here, and you freaking you sent the Hail Mary to the Stargate to activate it. If you didn't need us here, why'd you call us here? Too late. It's done. It's rewritten. You shouldn't have activated some shit that didn't need to be activated because why? You wanted to be president? Well, there's a pyramid right there that tells you go back to 1.